welcome to CrossTech Tutorials. My name is DJ from CrossTech Support, and today we'll be going over a basic introduction to BreezingForms for WordPress. BreezingForms is the only enterprise feature form extension for WordPress. From simple forms up to complex form applications, almost everything is possible. If you are a professional, serving multiple customers who frequently require forms or form-based applications, then BreezingForms is the tool of your choice. Today, I will be showing you how to install BreezingForms using 3 different methods. Install through the backend, uploading a zip file, or through FTP. We'll be going over form import and export, and we'll also be creating a simple multi-page form with a thank you. We'll also go over how to enable mobile support and show the mobile forms. And last but not least, we'll go over how to use the record screen and explain what scripts and pieces do and how to use them. Alright, let's get started. We're going to navigate to our WordPress website and enter our information in. On the left hand side, you'll see an area that says plugins. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click on add new. And we're simply just going to search for BreezingForms. BreezingForms. Oops. And BreezingForm pops up, and all you have to do is click the install button. Are you sure you want to install? You want to say OK. It's going to work its magic. And BreezingForms is successfully installed. And last but not least, be sure to activate your plugin. Without it activated, you can't use it. So we're simply going to activate it. And you're all set. Next, we're going to install BreezingForms using the upload feature. So what we're going to do is going to go back over to plugins and add new. And instead of searching for it, we're going to click on upload. It's going to ask us, hey, where's the file? So we're just going to browse for it. Scroll down to my desktop, find BreezingForms. Be sure that your file is unzipped. There are a lot of other files that need to be installed later on that we will go over. We're going to choose BreezingForms and install now. And give it a little bit of time. It takes a little bit to upload. Depending on your speed, it can take anywhere from 10 seconds all the way up to 30 seconds. And we're just going to wait here for it to install. Now it's unpacking the package, installing the plugin, working its magic, and the plugin is successfully installed. And yet again, be sure to activate your plugin. And BreezingForms is now installed. Now we are going to go over how to install via FTP. What you're going to do is you're going to go to WordPress and you're going to search for BreezingForms. I find BreezingForms here. I'm going to download it. I've already previously downloaded it, but if you haven't, please download it now to your desktop. And what we're going to do is we're going to log into our server. You can do this one of a couple of ways. If you're on a Mac, you can use CyberDuck. If you're on a PC, you can use FileZilla. Or if you don't want to download any program, you can actually use your FTP client via your cPanel or hosting provider. For now, we're going to actually go into our hosting provider and actually do it here. So we're going to go to File Manager. And we're going to go into the web root. Mosey on over to my WordPress. Go into my WordPress content. And then go into my plugins. I've already uploaded it previously, but we're going to show you exactly how to upload it. So we're going to go to Upload, browse for the file. It's going to ask me if I want to overwrite. For you, it may not, so just hit yes. And for uploads, they usually take anywhere between 10 seconds to 30 seconds, depending on your internet speed. Ours will be done in a couple of seconds here. Alright, the upload is complete, so we're going to go back. And we see our BreezingForms here. So all we have to do is extract it straight into the WordPress wp-content/plugins directory. Extract the files. Awesome. So we're going to close this. I'm going to scroll back over to our WordPress. Right now, under the plugins area, you'll notice that BreezingForms now pops up, ready to activate. Just click on Activate, and BreezingForms is now installed. Now we are going to go over exactly how to create a simple sample form. When you install BreezingForms, BreezingForms already comes packed with 4 sample forms to get you started. You can choose to use these and edit them as you wish, or you can create your own. For now, I'm going to show you exactly how to create your own. So we're going to go over to BreezingForms, which creates its own menu on the left-hand side. And we're going to go up to the top here where it says Forms. As you can see, there are 4 forms here. One for contact, tell a friend, PayPal donation form, and PayPal form regular button. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. So we're going to go over to New. Alright. When you first start out, your form looks as basic as this. It automatically pre-fills some information for you. So we're going to title our form. Today we're going to create a form for simply emailing a friend. So we're going to type in email to a friend for the title. And for the name of the form, we're going to type in email to a friend. The name of the form has to have no spaces in it, but you can use underscores. So we're going to type in email to a friend. A description if you want to. This is for a simple email to a friend. Last page is a thank you. You want to check this option if you actually want to show your users that, hey, your form was successful and it's been posted. Mail notification to let you know exactly if the form has been filled out. So we're going to type in an email here. crosstech@ninjapandadesigns.com. Do we want to include a submit button? Yes. Do you want to label it? We're going to label it submit, leave it as is. For the paging titles, we want yes. We want to have multiple pages. This option is very useful if you want to have multiple pages spread across a single form. This way you don't cluster all the information just on one page. So we're going to leave this option next. For the next and previous, we're going to leave them labeled as is. You can change them if you like. And a cancel button. The cancel button is very cool because if you want to have the user be able to cancel or actually reset the form if they made a mistake, you have so. So we're going to set it to yes just in case. We're going to save the properties. Now, notice that I clicked the Save Properties button. What you also have to do is also click Save in the top right corner. Saving properties automatically creates the save for that properties. Do not navigate away from your page for the elements or properties unless you hit the Save Properties. Afterwards, you can hit the full save up top. Alrighty. Now we're going to create a new page for page 1. So click on New Page at the top left. And if you want, you can give it an intro. Intros are very useful if you like to give your page a title or add in any text to it. So this is a page intro title. Hit save right here. Save properties. You can continue. You don't always have to hit the save in the top right corner. Only you have to hit the save in the top right corner when you have completely finished everything and you wish to test the form, which we will go over later. Right now I'm going to create a new section. Sections are very useful if you want to actually create information for different sections, such as what's your basic info, contact information, what would you like to say, and we're going to go over this momentarily. So for this section, we're going to create a field set and wrap after each element. I'm going to title this information Your Info. Type in Your Info here. Oops. Hit save. Also for sections, you can also create a description title and add information to that as well. Please enter all of your info here. And we're going to go ahead and create our first element. So we're going to click on New Element. And we're going to choose Text Field. There are different options to choose from. Text Field for just regular text. Text Area for entering a lot of text. A checkbox group, just a regular single checkbox. Select from list. File upload if you wish for your users to be able to upload files. Submit button if you want to actually edit your own submit button. A hidden input if you want to collect hidden elements and information. Capture and reCAPTCHA, two different types of ways to verify that it's actually a user and not a robot. A calendar, a PayPal button, and a direct payment button. The direct payment button is used if you want to use a alternative to PayPal, such as authorize.net. For now, we're just going to use the text field. I'm going to label it name. Name. For value, we're going to skip over. Value is very useful if you actually want to enter in information before the user actually gets to enter it in. So let's say you want to enter in, please enter your name. So you can do so like that. Please enter your name. But for now, we're going to leave it blank. Size. Size depends on exactly how long you actually want to make the text box. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this 250 pixels. It is very important that you enter px at the end of the size. Otherwise, it's not going to recognize it at all. Maximum length, if you only want to make sure that they only enter the maximum length in, such as, let's say you only want the maximum length of characters to be 20. So right here, we're going to enter 20. And a hint. Let's say you want to give the users a hint exactly what to enter in here. In this case, we're going to type in enter your name. Down at the bottom here, we have validations. We want to make this field required. We want to let the user know that, hey, you need to enter this information in. For the validation, we have none, if you want nothing. Library, you can choose from a wide variety of them, such as any checked, dollar amounts. You can go through the whole list. For right now, we're going to use value not empty. This verifies that there's nothing empty in this field. And as for the error message, if you want to let them know that, hey, you didn't enter in any information, we're going to actually let them know. So right now, we're going to type in, please enter your name. All right, hit the Save Properties. On the Advanced tab, there are a couple of different things here you can go by. Password is for if it's a password text field. Read only if you don't want the information to be edited at all, but you want them to be able to read it. Mailback and mailback as sender. These two fields are very unique. The mailback is used if this field actually collects an email. It's very useful if you actually want to email a copy of the form back to the user. Mailback as sender actually mails it back to them as their name. Hide the label. Logging is very useful. Let's say you want to have the information entered in. You can actually have it log it into the database or not log it into the database. Hide in mailback if you don't actually want it to appear in the mailback at all, but you still want to collect the information. And turn off. Turn off is very useful for conditions, which we will go over later. Title position of your title, so you can left, right, top, bottom. For this, we're just going to leave it as left. Initialization script and action scripts we will go over in a later tutorial. So we're going to save the properties. And I'm going to continue on editing my information. So I'm going to go ahead and add in some more information. We're going to type in email. Size is 250 px. Required. For this validation, we're going to use, email to validate the email, to make sure that it's actually email. This only validates that it's an actual email. It doesn't authenticate if it's an email that actually be delivered. So for here, we're going to push in, please enter a valid email, and hit save. Now, very useful if you actually want to save time and the next step you're going to be doing is actually just the same exact thing, such as it's going to be name and email. You can actually duplicate a section. So in this case, we're going to duplicate this section. So we're going to right click on this and copy it. We're going to right click on the page right here and hit paste. Basically what this did is it just made a duplicate of the last section with all the information, name and email. So we don't have to retype it over again. The best thing about it is you can just go in and just edit them. Their email, their info. And here, it automatically created a section name. Section names are very unique. Make sure that each section name is different. So for this one, it's going to be their underscore email. We're going to save it. Go over to name. Type in their underscore name for their name. And here, we're going to type in their underscore email. And hit save. Now that our form is actually filled out for the first page, we're going to go ahead and save it. We're going to take a quick preview of what it looks like. Looking pretty nice. Your info, their info. Awesome. You can actually submit the form just like this. The only thing is there'll be no thank you page because you haven't created page 2 yet, which we would do momentarily. So we're going to close out of this. And we're going to create a page 2. So we're going to go over here and click on email to a friend. Notice that if you click on page 1 and try to create a new page, you get a pop-up that says you cannot create here. This is because you must go one level up in order to create it. So we're going to click on email to a friend and add a new page. Page 2. We're not going to add anything here for page 2. We're just going to move right on to the new section and a new element. So for the section, we're going to type in, what do you want to say? And then for the name, it's going to be say something. Here, we're going to choose the text area field. We're going to type in your comments. And for the name, we're going to type in comments. We're going to require this field. And for the validation, we're going to use the same thing. Value not empty. Please enter your comments. And we're going to save it. And that's all we're going to do for page 2. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, what about page 2? What about page 3 for the thank you page? Well, we're just going to go right back up to the top. Email to a friend. We're going to click on new page. And we're going to leave it blank. There's nothing there for a new page. There's no elements. There's no sections. But what we are going to do is we're going to edit the intro. And we're going to type in thank you for emailing this to a friend. Hit save. Save properties here. And save over here. Now let's go back to testing our form. We're going to preview it. We're going to enter name, Jason, his email, jason@test.com. And we're going to try another one. Name, we're going to enter Michael. And we're going to type in Michael at E. I'm not even going to finish that. I'm going to hit next. A pop-up comes up telling me to enter a valid email. It verifies that there is no .com or anything like that. So we're going to type in e.com. Click on next, and we can proceed to the next page. My comment page is going to say, I thought you would be interested in this. And we're going to submit it. Thank you for email this to a friend. Simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to jazz up the form just a little bit. So we're going to click on email to a friend. And we're going to go over here to advanced. And from advanced, you can actually choose a couple of different themes. Different themes add different color and variations to the form. So right now we're going to choose the QM themes, one of our most popular ones. Also, we're going to use error alerts. We want to use balloons. Now, balloons are very cool because instead of actually popping up at the top of the form, letting people know that there's an error, it pops up exactly where the error is. So we're going to use balloon forms. We're going to uncheck this default forms. And we're going to leave everything else as is right now. These will be going over in a different tutorial. So we're going to hit save. and save again. I'm going to preview my form. Now my form looks a little different and actually has a little bit of style to it, a little bit of blue and some highlights. You'll notice that the enter the name actually pops up now. And you know what? I'm not even going to fill anything in. I'm just going to hit next. You notice that there's a lot of pop-ups that popped up on the screen letting them know exactly what the error is. Very useful for users. So we're going to type in name again, Jason. Email is jason@e.com. And then we're going to go ahead and go type in Michael. And Michael@e.com. Next. Thought you may like this. We're going to submit it. And thank you for email to a friend. It went through perfectly. Awesome. Now that our simple form is created, we need to actually display it on a page. But how do we do that? Well, it's very simple. We're going to go over to Posts. But before we go over, we want to make sure it's saved. So we're going to save one more time just to verify. If you know you have, you don't have to do anything at all. We're going to go over to Posts and Add New. When you get over to Posts, you'll notice that it's going to have to enter a title. So we're going to type in email to a friend. Now, from this page, you will notice that there's a little pop-up button here. 3 blue little lines. This is the BreezingForms Quick Add. So we're going to click on this button. A pop-up will come up asking you exactly what you want to select. So we're going to select our form, email to a friend. Here it is. Do we want to run it in iframe? You choose this option if you want to run an iframe to be on its own page. And enable iframe auto height. Self-explanatory if you want to automatically have it go height. For this option, we're going to just leave them both as no and just add the shortcode. Alrighty, all set. What we're going to do is we're going to publish it. And then we're going to preview it. Very nice. Email to a friend is already on our page up top. See if it works. I'm going to hit the submit button just to see if it works. Please enter your comments. It does. So we're going to type in test. And just go ahead and submit it. Thank you for emailing this to a friend. Awesome. It worked perfectly. Okay, and now we are briefly going to go over the scripts tab. Scripts are snippets of JavaScript that allow you to use them across any of your forms without having to copy and paste them over and over. The JavaScripts can be used in a wide variety of things, such as element initialization, so the element is executed before the form loads, element action, such as navigation through pages, and element validations to validate numbers, codes, and emails, and more. All right, so let's go take a look at that. Over here, you click on the Scripts tab. You'll notice that there's a whole bunch of preloaded scripts already. They already come standard with BreezingForms. All right, just click on this validate email once. This is one of our most popularly used ones. And you'll see exactly how it's laid out. This gives you an idea exactly how to code yours around what we have already. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a new form right now, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So we're going to go over to our forms, new, and I'm just going to quickly make one right now, standard for email. And we're going to choose for our scripts, we're going to choose validate email. And as you can see here, it says validate email of valid email, syntax check only. We're going to save it. And we're going to give it an error message of please enter a valid email. Alright, I'm going to hit the big save up here. And we're going to preview our form. And I'm just going to type in a fake email here. So test at a. And I'm not going to even complete it. I'm just going to hit submit. Error message pops up saying please enter a validated email. Alright, so we're going to enter a valid email.com. And it submits perfectly. Pieces are almost exactly the same thing as scripts, except they are used for PHP instead. So we're going to scroll over to pieces. And you'll see here we have a wide variety of pieces to choose from. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our basic redirect. It's one of our most popularly used pieces. And this is used to actually redirect from multiple targets. Pieces are the exact same thing of scripts, except for one key thing. They are used for PHP instead.